I'm starting a little bit early tonight, just a few minutes, but I was here and I was sitting in my chair and everything was ready, so I decided just to go ahead. Um, if you're here, say something to me so I know you're here. Hey, Ruth, thanks for chiming in. I like to know who's here. I'm just doing I'm going to do my pick 10. We'll do it later. I'm going to do some show and tell first. Excuse me. Good grief. Thank you. My daughter painted this. She wasn't as happy with it as she wants to be a professional already, I guess. I don't know. I thought she did a great job. I love it. So she gave it to me. She says one of these days she's going to paint one good enough. She'll hang it in her bedroom, but until then, she'll just give them away. Oh, she's funny. I think this is like painting number 5. So it's not like she's, had a whole lot of practice, but she just thinks that she should be better than this. But I think it's great. This is her 5th acrylic painting. She's done some watercolor things too. And she's, I think if she keeps it up, she'll be a good little artist. So between that and her desire to write and her spinning and weaving, she's going to have plenty to do. I think she should be too. I am. That's why I'm showing everybody, because I think it's really pretty. She said, you're supposed to stay 6 feet away, but this is only going to be 2 feet from your camera. I said, well, I'll tell everybody to back up about 4 feet from their computer and then they should be good. But anyway, for somebody who's not quite 16, I think she's doing great. Hi, Janet. It's good to see you here tonight. I'm showing off my daughter's painting. Oh, you're on an iPad, Ruth. Oh, that must be hard to try and type and chat and all that stuff. I've never tried it, so I don't know. I'm either on my phone and I do not chat then, or I'm on the laptop and then I can. So, but hi, Kim Marie. I'm glad you're here. Yeah, I think it's lovely. She had a picture out of a book or a magazine or something that she was using as her inspiration, and it was a really, really dark picture. So this picture's a little brighter than the one she was painting from. But I really like the trees. I think she did a good job with the trees and the stonework, but she wasn't very happy with it. So I got it. I'll just keep telling her, well, yeah, I'm sure you could keep improving, and she'll just keep giving me paintings, maybe. Oh, you got it. Yay, Janet. Did it come safely? I hope it wasn't torn up. Oh, well, I'm glad you like it. Well, it took me a long time to get those things copied and get them to you. I'm sorry it took so long, but I had my little note up on the board so I wouldn't forget. Now you have to show me what you do with them. After I show off Hannah's painting for a little. Oh, you're very welcome, Janet. I love sharing fun things with people, and when I know it's something they really like, that makes it twice as good. Oh. But I'm going to let this painting stay up here a little bit longer, and then I'm going to show some other stuff, and then we're going to do a pick 10. Yesterday, of course, was Father's Day, and we got my husband some new tools. And so he decided that he wanted to go out and reorganize all of his tools in the shop area part of the garage. And since he was going to be out there doing that, I decided I really needed to get a handle on my craft room. And so I got out here and started trying to reorganize it. And I could barely sleep last night. I haven't hurt that bad in a long time. Well, it hadn't been a long time, and over a year. Um, it makes you really appreciate the days when you're not in pain. But I finally got to sleep. And then today is my son's birthday. He turned 19. It's really hard for me to believe he's 19. It just seems like yesterday I was bringing him home from the hospital. But it's been a lot of fun, those 19 years. Oh, that's cool, Janet. My husband loves lighthouses. He collects them. He has a bunch of I a painting that I painted, and then some paintings that other people painted, and pictures and statues. And when we see lighthouses, um, we always send them to, give them to him. But that's neat. Yeah, work along, Ruth. Do what you need to do and chat when you get a chance. And I haven't been doing the ATC thing. I thought I was going to do the iCAD, but I had so many other things to do. And I already had a something every day I was trying to get done, which is one of the things I'm going to show you, the little collages that I'm doing in this book. But so I decided I can't do the ATC or the iCAD thing this year. But I did it, I guess, in 2016. And that was a lot of fun. That was the first consistent anything that I've ever done like that. So I really enjoyed that. Well, I did a gratitude journal in 2015 where I did an art piece in the journal once a week, and then I wrote down what I was grateful for every day. So that's the one thing that I've done that was a daily thing besides the iCAD. And those are fun, but I already had so much to do in June. And then my husband's birthday is on the 27th of this month, and my daughter's birthday is July 12th. So they're keeping me busy. And my birthday's in August, so we get all ours done in the summer. We were all summer babies. Oh. Hi, Danny K. I'm going to show you a couple of my ideas for how I'm going to do my little collage books with the stamps for my focal points. I don't know if for sure if either one of these ideas is going to be the thing I do, but they're the two things I've thought of so far. So so we'll do that in a little bit too during the show and tell part. But right now I'm showing off a painting that my daughter did that she gave to me. And I love it. I think she did a great job. In about, probably 5 more minutes, I'll go ahead and get started. But I thought I'd give a few more people time to get in. I know yeah, she did a great job, didn't she? It's beautiful. That's probably a little bit better look at the color work, but I love the trees. So I think she did great. I'm happy with it. I'm happy she didn't like it good enough to keep it for herself, so she gave it to me. Hey. Yep, I am. Okay. Y'all have fun. Okay. Bye-bye. My husband and my son are going to the movie. Hannah's going to watch TV in the living room and paint, starting on her new painting. And I'm going to be out here with y'all. So one of the things that that I was going to do in the show and tell is show you art supplies that I found that I had bought a long time ago, and I didn't know where they were, and I finally found them yesterday, or well, I found them a couple of days ago. But oh goodness, it's terrible when you get nice new things and then you put them somewhere safe and they're so safe you can't even find them to use them. But that's one of the things I'm going to do at the show and tell time, and the other is a little bit of a thrift store haul, and then some collage things. And then we'll do our pick 10 after that. So yeah, that was what reminded me of it, was when you showed your stuff, Janet. I thought, oh yeah, I know what that's like. Yes, it does. I think she did a great job with it. She she's decided now she wants to try her hand at using oils, because she couldn't get things to blend like she wanted to because acrylics dry so fast. So she's decided that that's what she wants me to get her for her birthday, is some oil paints. So I did some oil painting. Well, between Ethan and Hannah, I quit right before she was born, taking the lessons that I took. And I've got some Bob Ross videos that I told her to watch. And then I told her watch other YouTube. She wanted me to teach her. I told her I've forgotten more than I ever learned. Um, so I probably can't teach her much, but she can find YouTube videos and watch those Bob Ross videos, and she'll be fine. Mostly she wants to be able to blend, and the acrylics just don't blend as well as the oils will. So when I was taking the class I was taking, we used the water-based Grumbacher, I think's how you say it, oil paints, and they don't have the odor of the other oil paints, and so that's what I'm going to get her to play with and see if she likes those. So I'll get her a set of those and some brushes and stuff for her birthday. Yeah, oil paints will last forever. And if I hadn't, I gave mine away when the kids were little, and I knew I was going to be homeschooling. I didn't think I would have time. I didn't have a place. You know, oil paints takes a while to dry, so you have to be able to leave your painting on the easel for, you can't just stick it aside like you can acrylic painting. And I didn't, I knew I wasn't going to be doing anything for a while, so I gave my paints to a friend. Otherwise, I would just give Hannah my paints, and she would have already been playing with them probably. Yeah, yeah, I love his work too. I do. I used to watch him quite a bit. All his happy little accidents. Oh, wow. Yeah. Well, if they're sealed real tight, they'll last as long as they're sealed up. Um, which is one good thing about them. That's the oil, I think, is part of the reason. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and put this aside. That's a great idea. I did have it sitting like this for the thumbnail, so it will be, and that's why I did it, because this is the most important thing I'm showing in my show and tell stuff. So she'll get top billing. Okay. I also wanted to show you, last week on the live stream, I told you that I had just bought some fine line bottles. And these are Jane Davenport. I don't know if any of you have seen Jane Davenport's fine line bottles. I haven't tried to use them yet, obviously, but I couldn't find them last week when we were doing our pick 10. So, but I read on the back, after I got home, that you're supposed to use these with her incredible ink. And I don't have any of that. So I don't know how they'll do. I think I'm just going to thin down paint and use them like that. But these were the ones I told you I had that were, a fine liner facsimile. And then I also want to show you these that I just got today at Dollar Tree. They're stencils, but you can do them like this, and you can, let me put something behind it so you can see. Can you see? Well, I don't know. Yeah, that'll work. And so you can move it to a different one, and then you can move it. You know, there's several of them. They're all, you know, similar. Um, Oops, come on around. Anyway, I thought that was pretty cool for a dollar at Dollar Tree. And they had 4 or 5 different ones. I just got these 2 because these were the 2 I liked the best. And I'm trying not to spend a bunch of money on stuff. But I thought those were really cute. So run down to Dollar Tree. I hope you have them at your Dollar Tree. I thought those were pretty cool idea. They seem to come up with some pretty good stuff. I like their glues and some other things that they have. So, and these are the things that I had bought a while back and had set somewhere safe. Hi, Susan. It's good to see you. Well, I just found these today. So maybe if you keep looking, maybe they'll be there. I know they weren't there last week when I looked, but these things right here, I got Rose McGuinn told me that she bought something from I want to say it's Daedalus Books, something like that. And she told me they were having a big sale, and I'd never even heard of them. So I went over to their website, and she told me she got these metallic and fluorescent pencils, and they were really, really cheap price. So I went ahead and got them, but I haven't used them yet. So hopefully we'll have some used colored pencils in our Pick 10 tonight. Then I'll have some to use. But these are neon. And they're really big triangle shaped pencils. Can you see that? And they come with a pencil sharpener that matches them. Let's see if I can get these back in here now. But they were pretty cheap. They weren't expensive or I wouldn't have bought them, but I can't remember how much they were. Well, good grief. These may have to go in my... But they've also got this. I don't know if you can see how it's cut out. You could use it as a stencil. Anyway, those were cute. I bought them. I was really excited, and then I lost them. So now I found them again. I can use them. And then these are the metallics. There's 12 different metallic colors. Get them to come out and see if you can see those colors. I think those will be fun to play with too. So, and then I found these little journals. I gave one of them to Hannah. Hi, Dawn. It's good to see you. And I kept this one for myself. They're called Writer's Block. Ruled and squared for this one. A double spiral notebook. And let me get this paper off so I can open them up. And they come with that. But then you've got this one that's ruled, and it opens like this. And then you've got this one. Actually, it goes this way, I think. That's got graph paper in it. So I thought those would be fun. And let's take that off. I'll put that in with my stuff to collage with. So, Danny, this is one thing I thought about using for my little book to make collage with the stamps being my focal point. I think this is a little bit bigger than what I'm really wanting to do. But yeah, I'm glad you caught me live, Dawn. It's good to have you here. So this is maybe a little bit bigger. I was really thinking about something about like this, but I think it's a cool concept. So I guess this looks like it's the back. So I'm not sure how It's hard to tell. Anyway, I thought that was neat. I got that at that Nautilus Books too, where I got these. And then let me put these aside here. These are some other things that I had got at Hobby Lobby, you know, when they're having all their clearance stuff. And I had never played with Perfect Pearls before. But when these that are normally $14.99 were $3.75, I decided I could try it. And then I got these to use with it too. But I haven't ever tried it. So I need to try it. So we'll see. We may play with that a little bit tonight. I don't know if I get the chance. And they also had this book that's normally $14.99, and it was on sale for $3.75. And it's 50 sheets of vellum, 6 by 8 inches. Let's see what it says. It's 100% cotton vellum. And one thing you can do, it says you can use it for painting or inks or mixed media or dry media, different kinds of techniques. But you can put that underneath so you don't mess up, and you can just work on it in here. So I thought that was really cool. I got one of these for me and one for Hannah. That was such a great price. I decided it was worth it to get. I think they had 3, and I bought 2 of them, and I was generous and left one for someone else. Okay. The next thing that I'm going to show you is some stuff I got at the thrift store. I got these at 2 different times, I think. No, I think this was at the same time. They had on this particular day, they said books were 10 for $1. No. They're normally hardbacks were normally $1 a piece, and you got 3 for the price of 1. And I found these 3 books. I don't know if any of you know of this lady. I had never heard of her. Let's see, where does it have her name? Gwen Frostick. Have you ever heard of Gwen Frostick? I had never heard of her. She's from Michigan, Benzonia, Michigan. And I read up about her a little bit after I got these books. But she had her own bookbinding store, and she made block prints was her art style, and she wrote poems, and she made her own paper, and she did all of those things to make these books. And she made like 20 different ones, but I found 3 of them at the thrift store. So I got 3 of these books for $1. And they're just amazing. I just love them. I mean, this lady was truly an artist. It's just really amazing to me. Okay, we're just going to go through them one at a time real quick because they're so pretty. Let's read this one poem because it's a very short one. These things are ours, for God creates within our soul a mystic sense of wonder, that we may hear allegro tunes among the tall swaying cattails, see splendor twinkling in a dewdrop, and feel the freedom of wild wings. Watch clouds and winds and all earth's living things unfold each day, a miracle. I cannot count the stars nor touch them, but in the magic of the night I feel their calm and glory. The rhythm of the rolling waves, winds that whistle, roar, and whisper, are part of one great harmony that plays within my heart. Swallows sweeping through the air, fireflies twinkling in the twilight, are all this soul of mine desires to keep it dreaming dreams. Somehow, a tree exemplifies a great unconquerable spirit. So she writes a bunch of poems. Her poems are not rhyming poems. They're just heart poems. And so, but it's just beautiful. Oh, the wonder of it all, how snowflakes form and drop to earth and cling to every tiny twig, each needle of the spruce and pine, until all is soft and white and fresh. I mean, how can you not love these books? Oh. The snow is a fine powder now. The winds toss it high, making and remaking drifts. Change is constant, new heights, new valleys. Beauty is constant. Long sweeping lines repeat themselves over and over again. A blue jay calls. This is his world. Air filled with action, crisp and fresh. A clean white earth, keyed to the freedom of the winds. I love it. I'm not going to read the whole book to you. Maybe I'll read a little bit at each live stream until I've read them all. But anyway, I got those for $1. That's one of my favorite finds of all time, I think. And then I got this book, and it's about making, crafting and making stuff with flowers. And I got it thinking that I could cut out some of these images and use them in collage, or I could do reverse collage in this book. I like this this tall, format. But 3 of those for 50 cents. So here's the 3 books I got that are paperback. This one, and then this one. How to Paint Exotic Butterflies and Moths. It originally cost $2.95 at Michael's. But it's a beautiful book too. I buy all these how-to do art books. Her name is Gwen Frostic. Gwenfrostic, I think. Frostic, maybe. Let me see. I hadn't heard of her. I just looked her up after I got these books. Well, where does it say? Yeah, Frostic, Gwen Frostic. And you can find her books on Amazon. Some of them are relatively cheap and some of them are more expensive. So I may be trying some of these out. It was one of those things when I bought them, I thought, ooh, those will be pretty in collage. And then I got to looking at the book and I'm like, ooh, I like this book. Just, maybe I'll learn something. And then the third book I got was Make Way for Ducklings, which I have always loved that little book. And it's got such great drawings in it. And the one thing I wanted to try with this one, I wanted to alter it, but I want to alter it delicately. What I'm thinking about doing is putting clear gesso over these pages and then trying to paint, paint in the images. So I'll be trying to do that. I hope the clear gesso thing works. I have some clear gesso that I made, and it's worked on some other things I've used it on, so I'm hoping it will work on this. But I'm looking forward to working in that book too. So there's those 3 books for 50 cents. Not quite as great a deal as the $1 for the other 3, but pretty cool. And then I got these 3 books for another $1. This Little Pig, by Miska Miles, illustrated by Leslie Morrill. And it's got some great images in it too. Look at those drawings. I think the best art you find is in children's books. At least it seems that way to me. But I love that these are drawings. This is another one. If that works on Make Way for Ducklings, I may do the same thing in this book. The clear gesso and then paint. I don't know. That's something I'm thinking about though. And then this book is Pepper. Never heard of this book before, but I thought it was a cute cover, and I could make a junk journal out of it if nothing else, and use the words inside, the pages inside for something. And then I got this book, Amateur Craftsman's Encyclopedia of Things to Make. And this is a really, really cool book. It just shows all kinds of different things that you can do. It's like I think they're wonderful too. I felt like Christmas when I found these books. And I got, these 3 hardback books for $1 too. Look at those kite diagrams. And the boats. I mean, this is amazing paper. It may go in junk journals and it may not. It may end up just being something that I've just looked through for fun. But it would be amazingly fun in junk journals. This book, let's see, when was it published? In 1937. So this is older than my mama. Not quite as old as my dad would be if he was still with us, but older than my mother. And then the other thing I got was these, some guest checks. And Danny, this is one of the other things I thought about doing to make a little book. Was I saw Carla Caged Fish do this. She made signatures out of the guest checks, and then she did collage in those signatures, and that's something I thought about. Hi, Becky. It's good to see you. So I've got a couple of different books of those, and they're not the same size, so they would have to make different separate books. But I'm thinking that would be fun. Also, I found these. They're where the waitress writes down what you order from the Iron Skillet restaurant. 2 different versions. But I thought these would be fun to make a little journals out of too. These would make a real nice size little journal. But they also would be fun just to add into junk journals. And I got like 6 packs. But they here on the back is your, where you can tell them what you think about how good they did. And this may have been where they, wrote down what you ordered and they gave you this as your ticket to pay out with in order for that to happen. So that really is a while ago to have a handwritten ticket to pay out with. Anyway, those were fun too. I think, yeah, those were $0.25 a piece. And then I got this for 37 cents. And it's a book of receipts. There's the original and then the copy. The whole book full. They bought them, but they never used them. So I got that for 37 cents, which I thought was fun too. We could even make those into a little bitty journal, to do my collage in. So I haven't really decided for sure what I'm going to be doing for that little book. But these are some things I've thought about. And so rent receipts, probably so. It could have been used for a lot of things because it doesn't say just the amount paid and the balance due. So they might be more for a mortgage or something, maybe, if there's still a balance due. I don't know. But they were cool for 37 cents. The other thing I wanted to show you is some stuff I'm working on. Back in November, we went on a trip, or layaway. That's true. It could be that. We went on a trip to down to Galveston and Houston. And before we left, I made this little journal to take with me. and I just got stuff out of, from the Tourist Bureau about Texas, and I started this little journal. I still haven't filled it up with stuff from the trip, but this is what I did to take with me, to put stuff in. So I just thought I'd show you what it looks like, before I've really done anything to finish it. This is just what I did to get it started. And I still need to go back and put all my trip stuff in it and play with it. What's that? Oh, that's our itinerary, our reservations for a hotel in Houston. And this is some places I knew we were going to be going. I wrote a little note on some of them and stuck things in here. And then most of the stuff I just stuck in a bag, and I've got the bag in there. But I put this book together before we left, thinking I would work on it while we were gone, and I really didn't. So I still have to finish it. Thanks, Danny. I love the cover too. I think that was my favorite thing. I just collaged on a map and then put some stuff on top of it. So the different places we visited, and then let's see. We didn't go in this order because we changed our mind. We did go to Battleship Texas first. And that was amazing. That was so much fun to walk that ship and see everything and watch my son enjoy it. This was his graduation trip. We went to the Keemaw Boardwalk, and that was a lot of fun too. And then we went to Space Center Houston. That's actually where we were Thanksgiving Day, was at Space Center. And don't try to eat Thanksgiving dinner there. That is not a good plan. It's a fun place to go, but food is not their specialty. Hi, Debbie. It's good to see you. I'm glad you're here. I'm sorry that it's buffering. Is it buffering for everybody else? Maybe you try to refresh, Debbie, and see if that'll fix it. Oh, now it's buffering for Janet. I'm sorry. And I just put some stuff in there. Like I said, I did this before we went, just kind of try to prepare some of it. I took out a bunch of pages because I knew I was going to be putting stuff, in. We went to Galveston. And some of the things we were going to do, I wanted to go see Bishop's Palace, but we didn't make it there. We did go to see the tall ship Alyssa, and that was a lot of fun. I've got pictures from that. We didn't get to go to Collector's Haven, the nautical antique store, or Knickknacks on the Cheap, or any of those other places, but I wanted to go. We did go to the Railroad Museum, and we got amazing pictures from there too. That was fun. Anyway, that's the start of that book. So I'll need to actually do something with it and get it finished. Oh, yeah. I am. Yeah. I hope that y'all can get it to work good. Well, while we were there, this was at the little gift shop where the tall ship Alyssa was. I got this replicas of money from the Republic of Texas. It says the Congress of the Republic of Texas was permitted by its 1836 Constitution to coin money and regulate the value thereof. In order to get the fledgling republic on a sound fiscal footing, the first government notes were created in 1837, backed by the Treasury of the government of Texas. These promissory notes were interest-bearing and paid 10% interest on face value 1 year from the issue date. There are 2 of these types of notes in the set. Unfortunately, the currency didn't fare well, and so within 2 years, the notes lost over 50% of their face value. The Republic needed something a bit more reliable. I think so. The next plan was to create banknotes that did not bear any interest. Officials thought this would help stabilize the currency and prevent inflationary pressures. It did not. As soon as those new notes were issued in 1839, they dropped in value. They were known to be so bad that by 1842, even the government wouldn't accept them for payment of taxes. 4 of these notes were included in the set. As hard as they tried, the government could not seem to get their finances in good order. It would not improve until the United States annexed the Republic in 1845, stabilizing the local government and increasing trade between Texans and Americans. The notes in this set, even though they didn't have much practical value to Texans in the 1830s and 1840s, are a beautiful example of the artistic qualities of banknote engravers of the 19th century. Yeah, like the government of the United States is really good with money. Well, they may have been back then, but we know it's not necessarily true now. But look at these; they're just gorgeous. Anyway, this was a fun souvenir of our trip. I didn't get a lot of souvenirs, except a bunch of pictures. But that was fun. Yeah, I'm definitely going to make copies of them or scan them or something and keep the originals. But I do want to use them in this journal as well as other journals. I think that'll be fun. Another thing I wanted to show you, I just barely started in this book. In fact, I took it on the trip, and the only things I've done in here, I did on that trip. Oh, go eat dinner, Susan. So I haven't done very much in here, but it's a book, like a workbook for doodling. And so it gives you lots of things that you can play with, and then pages that you can actually doodle on. And this isn't my kind of doodling, so I haven't done much in here. This is one of those things I got at Dollar Tree. I think I got it at Dollar Tree. I'm not sure. I know I didn't pay much for it wherever I got it, but so a lot of the stuff in here is really not my style, and I may do something completely different with it. But I did do this page, looking at some of the Zentangle things that they had, and then they have a bunch of stuff in here you could do. But like I said, this isn't really my kind of thing, so I wouldn't mind the feathers. I like the feathers. That's cute. And the fish, that might be fun to work on. The flowers. So there are a few things in here. I really like this kind of page. That would be fun. So I probably will do some more in here, but I did this. I got started on it. I never did actually decorate my third border out here, but they've got some ideas of ways you can do borders, and so I did that. And then they've got some more ideas for borders. This one, I don't know if y'all can see it, but it's got little faces in the border. And then I did this page. I had a circle stencil with me, and so I just used it and made that page. That was a lot of fun. I think this was probably my favorite thing that I did in here. Hi, Mary. It's good to see you. Glad you made it. So that was fun. And then that, like I said, they show you something, then they've got these blank pages for you to work on. There's some letters and different patterns that you can do. They do give you lots of room to work and some monsters. Not big on monsters myself, but I do think the girl's cute, though. I like that. Well, I know what it's like to get caught in a chat, so don't worry about it, Mary. You can go back and watch. I've just been doing some show and tell. Well, let me show you real quick. The first thing I showed was my daughter's painting that she gave me. She finished it today and gave it to me. So I really like this. She painted it from a photograph out of a book or a magazine or something. The original was really dark, and this is a brighter piece than the original. But I'm real proud of it. I love it. I really like her clouds too. I think she did a great job. I love the trees. And then I had some other show and tell type stuff, a little bit of a haul from a thrift store, and I'm just showing a few projects that I'm working on or thinking about working on. I kind of like this, the buildings, and I did some of this, but I must have done it on another piece of paper because it's not in the book. So I must have played with it on something else instead of playing with it in the book. And I like this idea too. I haven't tried that yet. And they give you some words here to practice on, but I haven't done it. But I think that's real pretty. That would be fun to do. And they show you how to take a picture and kind of just play with it. And I know I did one just like this, similar to this, not these buildings, but where you overlaid in different colors. But I must have been working in another book because it's not in here. So I don't know where it went. I like that. I would like to play with that some. Anyway, that's a cool little book. It's called The Ballpoint Doodle by Sarah Skeet. Red, blue, and black inspired activity book. So if you get a chance and you're interested in that, might be a fun thing to do. The other thing that I wanted to show you is I'm just barely starting. I haven't done hardly anything in here, but I'm altering this book, and I've been watching. I'm having a hard time remembering her name. I think it's Lori Marie Jenkins. I'm not sure. Do any of you watch her and know who I'm talking about? That you could put it in the chat. But so far, the only thing I've really done is put make a treasure spot in the back. I haven't even decorated that page. And then I put some other pages, glued them together to do some more art in. But the only page I've actually finished, and now it's stuck together, is this, and I did it upside down, is this collage page. But I thought that was fun. But I was following her techniques when I did that. And there's a bunch of other stuff I wanted to do. I just have to go back and watch her videos so I can learn each of those techniques, and I can do them. But that's something that I'm enjoying working in. If I hadn't done that page upside down, I'd be happier. But oh well, that's the way it is. Anyway, I liked the cover of that book, and so I thought it would be a fun one to work in. And this is what I've been trying to do. I haven't done one every day, but I've been trying to do little collages in this book. Similar, I guess my inspiration was Packer Dye's 100 days that she's doing. And you try to do something just like somebody else does it, and you end up doing your own thing anyway. This is kind of me trying to do what she does and doing my own thing anyway. But all the pages that are blue in here, they have like a dictionary, a word and definition, or a quote. This one says, "We are all travelers in the wilderness of this world, and the best we can find in our travels is an honest friend," by Robert Louis Stevenson. I'm leaving all of those pages like they are. The other pages, I'm doing some collage on, except for the blue pages. That one was a fun page. That's the only 2-page spread I think that's in here. Everything else are the 1 page at a time. This one says, "The worst thing about being a tourist is having other tourists recognize you as a tourist." Russell Baker. This said, please do not feed the Sasquatch, but warning. But I just put part of the page in there, and it says, please, it says, ease do feed the Sasquatch. So I thought that was fun. And then here's this little guy down here. I guess he's being the Sasquatch. He's watching, waiting for somebody to feed him. That was a fun page to do. I liked this one too. That was a lot of fun. I think I enjoyed all of these. There are many things in your life that will catch your eye, but only a few will catch your heart. Pursue those. So I like that saying. Some of them, like this one, don't have a theme. They don't really make sense. I just thought that looked good together, so I stuck it in there. This is the kind of thing I'm thinking about doing with those stamps, Danny, that I was telling you I want to make little collages and have the stamps as the focal point. This is the kind of thing I'm thinking about doing with those. Hi, Laura. It's good to see you. I'm glad you're here. And then I've got a few pages where I haven't done anything yet. There's one. I like that one too. I have found out that there ain't no sure way to find out whether you like people or hate them than to travel with them. Mark Twain. And this page, this is a little book, Where I Went. It's like a little travel journal. And so this one says where I shopped and what I bought. And so I left those words showing when I put these guys on there. I just thought that was funny. This was the one I did on Mother's Day. You got the mom and the flowers and the little kid watching with his book. I had fun with these two guys. Somehow they just seemed to go together. All of life is a foreign country. Jack Kerouac. I don't know how you say that. Kerouac. I really like that one. I think that one came out nicely. Keep life simple. This is, I don't know if you can tell, but it's showing they're getting married, and then they get a house, and then they have a baby, and then their child gets married. I just thought that was cool. It says choose to be happy. And then these are some pages I haven't done yet. Travel is fatal to prejudice, bigotry, and narrow-mindedness. I hope so. We all need to travel then. That one's the one I did last night, and I stuck this in here because I think that a page with that would look good next to this one. But it's been fun to work little. I haven't done a little glue book until now. I have been a stranger in a strange land. Moses, Exodus 2:22. You make my heart smile. She looks like she's happy, doesn't she? Her heart's smiling. That's my New Orleans page. If we are always arriving and departing, it is also true that we are eternally anchored. One's destination is never a place, but rather a new way of looking at things. Henry Miller. It's got a volcano out that window and fall out that window and rocks inside this beautiful building. That's the kind of collages I normally do. So I was trying to do some different stuff in here. I like this little boy. I think he's so cute. The words say, I'll have my peeps call your peeps. And hers says singing in the rain. I thought those worked well. And that's, I think, the end of that book. Yeah. Anyway, that's how far I've gotten in that book. This will probably be the first collage book I ever actually finished. Oh dear, I just threw some stuff. Just a second. These are some collage bits that I had just stuck in the front of this. And I wanted to show y'all this too. I think this is something, I think I got this idea from Carla Caged Fish, but it might have been Shannon Green. I can't remember. But it was looking about how do you arrange your images. And one thing she said was you just find things that you like and think might go together, and then you stick them in. And so that's kind of what I've done in this book, is find things that, let's see if I can keep it. Oh, it's going to glare no matter what I do. Sitting there. But things that I'm putting together, I'm going to put together to make a page. And so I've got backgrounds in here that I'm going to add things to. So this is kind of just an idea book before you actually put them somewhere else. And so I'm just kind of playing with ideas. And some of the, it's funny how they stay put pretty good where you set them when you just lay them in there inside these things. Like this one, you got the, the ducks just stay put pretty good, even though they're not glued down. So you can remember your ideas. Some of these I don't have any ideas. They're just, this is just, this is just the background image that I'm going to add things to. But some of those I had stuff. This one, I've got this sci-fi person in that spaceship. And this one has, I was going to put this little animal up here like that. Can you see that? Like that. But it wasn't showing as well. Anyway, so this is an idea of how to kind of plan in advance and stick things together that you like that. I just stuck that in there. I think that looks cool. This is still just a background. I haven't done anything with it. And that one's just a background. So, but they're things that I want to work with, that I'm still looking for images to go with. And then I'll put them in a journal together. This one, I've got this, my idea, I think, is for this to be a flower. See if you can see that. And this hummingbird to be drinking from this fountain as a flower. And so some of these things might get transferred into my Abandoned Places book and used in there. I did all of this before I ever got the Abandoned Places book, but I kind of thought this statue in there would be cool. I don't know if I'll actually use these things together or not. They're just ideas I had that day when I was looking. And things I thought, would be fun to add pictures into. So a lot of these are, I think back here, these are all just backgrounds that I'm wanting to work with, but I haven't done anything with yet. But they look like they'll make fun. Oh yeah, I did play with this one. I think this is all going to be down here, like you're looking through this window and you see this, but I haven't gotten that far with it yet. So these are just, anyway, it's a way that you can play and you can keep things safe together so that you don't have to glue them down. They're safe in here. Now these over here were just some things that I cut out thinking I would, put in somewhere, and I haven't found a place I want them yet. So those are just sitting there, and those did fall out. So you have to be careful if you do that. But these in here, They do pretty good. So I just think these are things I think will be fun to work with. I just haven't actually done anything with them yet except try to put ideas together. So I thought, you know, if you're trying to decide how to play with things without actually gluing them down, this is a way to do it. And then you can keep those ideas and use them or not. Oh, here's some more that fell out of here. Okay. Well, that's my show and tell for tonight. Took me an hour to do all of that show and tell stuff. Oh, you've been a lazy bum, Becky? That's hard for me to believe. I think sometimes resting is as important as doing. Because if you don't ever rest, then you don't have the energy to do, or the, you know, you need to kind of refuel, I guess is the word I'm looking for. Refuel. So it's okay to rest. Anyway, those were some things I thought y'all might like to see. I'm trying to reorganize my craft room. I'm trying to put things in a way that'll be easier for me to get to when I'm doing live streams. And one of the things I've got is a cart that I'm putting things like paint and alcohol inks and watercolors and things like that on this cart, so I can just pull it over here close to me, and I'll have most of my supplies right there. And then all my papers and junk, I have like a million different kinds of paper that I could make junk journals out of. I need to just get busy and make some. Hi, Sarah. Yeah, this is a 3-tiered cart. This one's a big heavy duty one we bought to use in our pantry. And then my husband built shelves in there. And so we didn't need it in there anymore. And so it's a pretty big cart. I would say it's probably 26 by 18, you know, so it's pretty big. It's got 3 tiers. The middle one is pretty shallow, but the bottom one is pretty deep, and then the top one, of course, is open. Hi, Sarah. So it's and it has really, really good heavy duty rollers on the bottom of it. So that's going to be real useful out here. I think that's going to help me stay organized a whole lot better. So I just got to get organized, but I'm on my way. I'm on my way. Okay, y'all want to do a pick 10? Yes. No. Yes. Okay. Let me find what book I want to work in tonight. Where did I put them? Okay. Okay. I think I want to work on the front of this one. There's some leftover texture paste from another one. The only page I've actually done in this book was this one, which was a pick 10. So I guess this is the back and this is the front. So we'll do the front. I like the back better, but we'll do the front. Oh, ooh, taking a picture of the sunset. Good job. I don't really like this, so I think I'm going to tone it down with some gesso before we start. Let's stick this under here so I maybe won't make a mess. I got to shake my gesso, so if you hear it, whew, this is hard work too because it's a big bottle, 1 quart. Because I don't like to make it. It's messy to make it. that marble powder gets everywhere. So I made a huge bottle of it. Well, I made it about this full, and then it was too runny. So I added a bunch more marble powder to it to get it up to here. So it's thicker now. So hopefully it'll work better. But I always have to shake it up because I want to make sure it's good and mixed. Okay, let me get a brush. Actually, I think I'm going to use this little squeegee brush here. Okay, I don't want to completely cover it. I just want to, well, I may be completely covering it here. Actually, it'll show through, so I think I am going to. Well, that makes really nice gesso. It feels really, really nice. Let's make some texture in it. So we're having fun even before we picked a stick. Okay. That was fun, actually. That was fun. Okay. Got me some new wipes here, and I didn't realize they weren't even open. I got these and took them on the trip, and then I never used them, so that's why I didn't realize they hadn't been opened. Okay. Let's put those right there. Okay, I'm going to dry this a little bit, and then we'll start picking. Just a second. I'm going to put a different one of these underneath that so that it can maybe won't stick while I dry it down. Hey, Mary. I just decided I wanted to do my pick 10 on the front cover of this, but I didn't really like the paint that was on it. So I just put some gesso over it, but I left some spots with this. I put my gesso on with this little squeegee spatula thing, and I left some spaces for that color to show through. So I'm just getting ready to do the pick 10. I haven't started yet, but I am fixing to do a pick 10. So that's what I'm fixing to do. Okay, Mary. Thanks for popping in, though. And I hope you enjoy it. When we get to it, I hope we get good sticks. Bye-bye. Okay. Sorry about that. So who all's going to play along? Well, I haven't started yet, Aunt Beck. We're at 1 hour and 12, well, almost 1 hour and 13 minutes. So she can probably start in at 1 hour and 13 minutes. Okay, Aunt Beck and Danny are both going to play along. Ooh, that is still very wet there. Okay. Tell you, if y'all haven't tried making your own gesso with that marble powder, I think it's powdered marble, whatever it is, it makes really, really nice. I mean, it feels so good. Really nice gesso, and it's easy and cheap. And you can use the same marble powder to make clear gesso, which what I've got, I made a couple of years ago, so I don't know if it's still good anymore or not. I'll have to try it out before I. Oh, yay, Janet! White glue, water, and marble dust, and white paint. That's all you need. Okay, let me get the sticks on my trusty cart. Okay. I'm going to like having that cart, I think, to work from. Okay. Yes, it is expensive. And a lot of gesso, like I bought a bottle of Liquitex white gesso. It was so gritty that it was annoying. I hated it. But I wasn't gonna just not use it. So I worked through about half of that bottle of gesso, and then Hannah needed some gesso, so I gave it to her. I said, "Here, just use all you want." And then I made my own, and it's much better. It feels so smooth and soft. I love it. Okay. Yeah. Well, I got mine with a coupon that Liquitex. I just didn't really like it. So and I haven't used anything like golden or something like that. So I don't know what those are like. I do have where is it? I do like this Master's Touch black gesso at Hobby Lobby. I really like this if you want black gesso. It's really nice. I had a big bottle of it and I used it all up, so I just bought me a new one. But it's really smooth too, and that's what I like about it. Okay, y'all ready for me to pick stick number 1? Okay, so Becky and Danny and Sarah are all playing along. Cool. Okay, anybody else going to play along? I want to know who all I'm watching for when we are moving from stick to stick. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and pick a stick. Oh, yay, Dawn. Good. It's more fun to know that other people are playing along. Now, you have to post what you get done. You can either post a video or you can just post a picture, but I want to see what you did. So, because I know none of them are going to look alike. And that's what's really fun about it. We all have the same sticks and they turn out completely different. Number 1 says use 3 colors. That's okay, Janet. You can do it later. Or you can look at the 10 sticks I pick and decide you don't want to mess with it. But use 3 colors, it says. But it lets you choose those 3 colors. So yay! Okay. So I get to decide what 3 colors. Okay, I got kind of a weird combination of colors here, but I'm going to use alizarin crimson Grumbacher acrylic and PBO Studios blue green iridescent blue green, and Artist Loft copper metallic. Those are the three colors I'm going to use. So we will see what happens here. I'm going to start, I think, with the alizarin crimson because it's the only one that's not metallic. So we'll start with it. Put my stick up there so I can keep up with what they are. Okay. And I'm just going to use this as my background. So I'm not going to have anything specific in mind when I'm putting these down. I just thought they would be fun to work together. Okay. I'm going to clean this off in between them, though, and dry it a little bit because I don't want them to muddy each other, even though I think they'll probably look fine if they did. I just don't want that look today. Okay, so let me dry a minute. One reason I chose those three is because they're three completely different kinds of paint. I just wanted to see how they work together. So if you haven't figured it out already, you need to know that with me, everything's an experiment. Looks like a tomato fight. Well, it's a little more burgundy-ish in real life than it looks on the camera. On the camera, it definitely looks red, but on here it looks it's red, but it's a darker cranberry kind of red to me. Becky's using lavender, turquoise, and margarita green. Ooh, I can't wait to see that. That'll be fun. Now we're gonna, let me take this off. And okay. I'm just gonna do the same thing with this. I'm not trying to make a painting, just a background. A lot of paint. The paint sticks on that little inside that little ridge right there. I don't know if y'all can see that. There's a ridge, and that's a little annoying. But I don't get as messy using this. My hands don't as when I use a credit card, but it kind of gives you the same look. So I really like that. This is made, I think, to put hair color. I think that's what it's for. Okay, girls, I'm behind. I'm sorry. I still got one more color to go. Okay, I need to quit talking and get busy. Okay. All righty. Okay. There's my 3 colors. Okay, Sarah used kiwi, Laguna, and neon purple. Wow, yum. Oh, yay, Becky. How exciting to get new camera lighting. That's fun. Danny K is using green and yellow and pink. I love it. Okay, let me dry just a minute. All right, we're going to call that good enough. And we'll go to number 2. Dawn says cranberry and lime. Cranberry and lime, and what else, Dawn? 3 colors. Cranberry and lime, and what else? And Caribbean. Ooh, I can't wait to see that. Janet says, I never cooked like this, but my daughter had me put tater tots, vegetarian chili, and sharp cheddar in the cast iron skillet. Oh dear, it came out good. Yeah, I bet it did. I bet it did. Number 2, use metallic paints. Whoops. Okay, I just did metallic paints. So I'll have to add another kind of metallic paint to it. But y'all get now a chance to use some metallics along with your other things. Use metallic paints, prompt number 2. I'm looking for another color of metallic paints I want to put on here. Oh. I think I'm going to do a border around it with my other metallic paint. I just haven't decided which one it's going to be. I think I'm going to use this. Oh. A bowl of pasta? Is that what this looks like, or this? This is my sticks. Where does this look like a bowl of pasta? Ruth used olive, corn blue, and vineyard berry. Ooh, that sounds good. The sticks, yeah. No, it's not pasta. I don't even have any pasta in my house. No, that's not true. My son, he doesn't eat keto like the rest of us, and he loves tortellini. So I've got that pasta in my house. But they look like corkscrew pasta. Well, they're not. Nope, nope, no pasta. I think I'm gonna finger paint the edges. I don't want them to be particularly neat, but wouldn't do to have perfectly neat border when you got nothing else is perfectly neat. And this is, sorry, I forgot to tell you, Ice Blue Metallic by Dazzling Metallics by Deco Art. This one's Ice Blue. That's what I'm using for my my border. This is really thin compared to those ones out of the tube. It doesn't cover as fully either. Let me get a little more blue. I think the rest of my border is a lot bigger than this side, so come back over here a little bit. Ooh, I think I just overdid it. Okay. Well, my finger painting may not be beautiful, but it sure is fun. Uh-oh. That came off around the edges. Let me see if I can add a little bit more in there where that's kind of. Okay, I got to clean my hands up here. Yeah, number 2. Number 1, use 3 colors. Number 2, metallic paints. So I got to clean myself up a little bit before I move on. So otherwise, I'll have an even bigger mess. And I just realized that probably, no, not too bad. Okay. Take this down. Put this one back in. That's why you have 2. All right, I'm going to dry this just a second, and then we'll move on. Okay. I know I'm the last one, so I'm going to go ahead and pick number 3. Thanks, Linda. It's good to see you here. Oh, good grief. Number 3 says use blue. Okay, I just did. So, ladies, what do you do when that happens to you? Do you use some more blue? Use blue. Okay. I will come up with something to do with blue. A different kind of blue, maybe. But that's prompt number 3. Use blue. Turn my ESP off. Oh, goodness. Sometimes all you do is doodle. Today, all we're doing is painting. Of course, they can use blue anything. It doesn't have to be blue paint. So you got to keep that in mind when it says a color. It can be anything that's that color. So let me put these paints up and give myself some space. I'm trying to think of what blue thing I want to use. I'd like to use something that's not paint. If I can think of something blue that's not paint to use. Oh, goodness. It just says use blue. Anything blue, Janet. Use blue. I don't know. Do you mean more than one kind of blue, or do you just mean something with blue in it? That's a good question, Dawn. I mean, yeah. I think that's up to you. Washi, that's a great idea. That's what I'm going to do, and no, it doesn't have to be solid. Washi's a good idea. I'm going to find some. Well, I think I'm going to find some. Nothing I'm looking at really is making me happy. Oh. Oh, light blue splatter. I think that might be a better thing for me than the texture paste. Oh, texture paste. Yeah, just a second. I've got this. Ooh, what's it called? Glass glitter, and one of them is blue, and it's close to this color blue. I'm thinking that might be fun. Maybe just put some glue around here and then pour the glitter on it. Butterfly die cut. That was one of the things I thought of too. I have a punch, actually not a die cut, but that I could use that's blue. This would take a long time to dry, so I think I'm going to nix that idea. The only washi tape I found is this, but I don't know what I would do with it. I guess I could just put some in various. I think I'm going to do this just because it's here, and it's got the dark blue and the light on it. And this is pretty sticky washi, so I'm not gonna worry about trying to glue it down. It's really sticking good, in fact. That's amazing. I wish I had more of this kind of washi tape that sticks like this. Oh, stamping with blue. That's a good idea. Oh, diagonal on the corners would have been good, but I've already done this. Trying to decide if I want to add any more, or if I'm just going to let that be it. I think that's enough. Okay. Let me put these things up real quick, or else I'm going to end up running out of space. Okay, y'all ready for stick number 4? Everybody ready? Aunt Beck's ready. Danny's ready. Ruth's ready. Sarah, are you ready? Sarah's ready. Trying to remember if anybody else is playing along. Linda, are you playing? See, I already forgot. I was going to remember. Dawn says she's ready. Okay, Linda doesn't get to play, but she's just helping us out with ideas. Okay. All right, stick number 4. Use a paper clip. Stick number 4. Hi, Marie, not Maria. Marie. Hey, we're doing a pick 10, Marie. Number 1 was use 3 colors. Number 2 was use metallic paints. Number 3 was use blue. And number 4 is use a paper clip. All right. Let me use a paper clip. Let me stick that up there. And let me find a paper clip. Oh, those hubbies, they like to eat dinner. They ruin all our fun, huh? Oh, I'm making a mess. I need to get that off my fingers. I'm trying to remember where my paper clips are. I know I have some. See, if I wasn't doing this in a live show, if I was just doing it, on my own, I would probably dig around in my Happy Mail and find a paper clip that somebody sent me. I need to put that stuff out so I can look through it and use it when I want to in a situation like this. I know I have paper clips somewhere. This is ridiculous. Good grief. I don't want to have to go back in the house just to get a paper clip. Okay, let me look one more place. Oh, that's a good idea, Becky. I just need to find one. Oh, yay. I found this, and it has little light bulb paper clips in it. Okay, that's what I'm going to use. A little light bulb paper clip. And I'm going to do exactly like Becky did and just stick it on there. And then maybe I can put something in it later. Okay. Everybody ready? Sarah's ready. I'm ready. Becky's ready. Danny's ready. Hi, Kathy. It's good to see you here. Ruth is ready. Okay, I think that's all of us. So let's go to another one here. It says use a map. Use a map. That's number 5. Use a map. Okay. Okay, here's a map of Galveston that I got on my trip. I knew where that stuff was, so see if there's anything in this map that I want to use. It's not like the most exciting map on earth here. It's the weirdest map, though. Look at that. Okay. I think I'm just going to tear right down here to get to the part I want to be at. Okay, that's the part of the map I want to use. I could use that ship. It's off of the map. That would count, right? Okay, well, I'm gonna take that too, just in case. Alrighty. So I've got a ship here, and then I've got some map pieces. Yes, I made all the little sticks, Marie. I took Cindy Utter. She does pick tins, and she has a Facebook group, and in her Facebook group, if you belong in her Facebook group, one of the files she has is a list of prompts. And I took her list of prompts and I put them on sticks, and that made, I don't know, about 85 of them, maybe 100. And then I did another 100, just picked up everything I could think of I had in my studio that I could use. And that includes fiber, lace, magazine pages, string. I mean, anything I could think of, I stuck on a thing and put in here. So you never know what it's going to be. This prompt was use a map. So you can do anything you want to with a map to get it on your page. I used a map of Galveston, so I've got this ship that I might use on here. But I think I'm going to punch out some things from this, and that's what I'm going to do probably. All right, let me get my punch. I'm going to have to cut these edges straighter so it'll be easier to use the punch. I didn't think about that when I was just ripping it. Okay. Oh, leaves a bunch of little graffiti here. Confetti. Wrong word. I just found this this punch at Tuesday morning for $4.99. So that's what I'm using. Okay, there's 3. And okay, where's the other one? Did I tear it up? I did. I punched too soon and wrecked one of them. This punch is a lot more, I guess because it's got a delicate thing, it's kind of persnickety here. I think I need a couple more. but I like them. I think that's going to be pretty. Okay, let's do a couple more here. There's one. There's one. Well, that's how I feel every time, Dawn. I don't know how this is going to look. I think that's normal. To not, and you'll never know until you get to the end. You just have to do the best you can with each prompt. I'm trying to, I think like that would be good. Okay, some glue. I almost grabbed a repositionable glue stick. That would not have been a good plan. Okay, let me find something to. Ooh. Ooh, I like that side better. I think we'll use that side. Got too much glue on that one. Yes, Linda, every Monday we do a pick 10 and then whatever else I decide I want to do that day. So there's, it's always one of the things that we do. I usually make it the last thing I do because Mary always wants to go away when I do the pick 10 so she can do it on her live stream on Friday night. And it may be the last thing I do tonight too. I'm kind of tired after spending all day yesterday and today working on trying to do Father's Day and birthday. Father's Day for my husband, birthday for my son, and work on my craft room. So I always start at 7 o'clock Central Time. 7 o'clock Central Time. Okay. There's my map. Okay, that is still sticky. Okay. Becky's ready. Sarah's ready. Anybody else ready to go? Yeah, grab some maps, Becky. Everywhere you go, grab some maps. They're good for all kinds of things. They make beautiful butterflies too. Okay, Danny's ready. Dawn's ready. Ruth's ready. Okay. Number 6 is doodle. And you can use anything you want to doodle. A pen, a Sharpie, a paintbrush, a fine liner, Mary. Mary, doodle with your fine liner, Mary, when you get to this prompt. And I'm not sure what I'm going to doodle with. You could doodle with markers or watercolor paints or whatever you want to do. Yes, this is the cover of a Junkie Junk journal that I made. And I just used all the cardboard kind of junk mail. And I made this kind, and then I made one that's just out of envelopes. And those are what I'm using to do my pick 10s in. I do, this is one of the pick 10s that I did a couple of weeks ago. That's the only one I've done in this book. But just whatever cardboard thing that you want to use. And then the other one, let me find the other kind and show you it. This is, I think this is the first pick 10 we did. But this is the envelope journal. And so some of them are opened up, and some of them are still, you know, folded up and put in like this. I used mostly security envelopes because they already have something on them, which I think is cool. And these Discover card ones that are all shiny. So those are the two books I'm using for my pick 10. You can do pick 10s on anything you want, though. It doesn't have to be Junkie Junk journals. But and I call them Junkie Junk journals because a lot of the things people call junk journals are not really junk. But these really are junk. Yay, good hubby. We like those hubbies that save stuff for us. And my dog is barking. Just a second. Let me see if he wants to come in. I guess Hannah let him into the house, so I don't have to worry. I'm still thinking about putting that ship on there. But I've got 4 more prompts to go. If I don't come up with another focal image, I'm going to use this and put it on there. But right now, I'm not going to. I've got to doodle. Doodle, doodle, doodle. Okay. I don't know if this will show up on here, but I've got a gold Uniball Signo pen, and that's what I'm going to use to doodle. We'll see what happens. Have a magazine that's made of linen type paper you've been hoarding. Ooh, that would be yummy, Linda. That would be yummy. What are the 4 flowers in each corner? These are my map. What did I use to make them? Okay, just a second. Let me find it. Here we go. It's a Fisker's punch, and it looks like this. Woo, like that. It's a huge punch, but it doesn't make a very big thing. It's just a big machine. But I got it at Tuesday morning for $4.99. They had one that was kind of a Mandela looking thing too, but I couldn't afford to buy 2, so I got this one. Yeah, I used a punch. Yeah, it is nice. This is the first time I've used it. I like it. Okay, doodling. Okay, this is not wanting to doodle over my paint, so I don't want to ruin the pen, so I'm going to try something else. Okay. Well, all I can find is the big Posca pen. Um, I was looking for a little one, but I must have left it in the house. So we'll doodle with this huge one. Yes, Janet, you read my mind. Maybe a Posca pen. Very good. Oh, me too, Linda. Don't fret. Just have fun. Doesn't have to be anything fancy. This certainly won't be. Let me turn this so I don't mess up. I'm left-handed, so I can only work from one direction. I'm sure right-handed people may feel that way too, but my direction will just be the opposite of theirs. You take this off for a minute. Okay. And I'm going to go back in and put a little dot in each one because it just doesn't feel finished. Okay. Yeah, don't judge yourself against Marydale Linda. You'll just get depressed. I have to not judge myself against anybody else. I just try to do better than I did last time. Oh, I have one cousin I know of that's left-handed, and but everybody else that I know of in my family is right-handed, including all my kids and my husband. So, um, I'm trying to decide if I want to do more than this or not. Yes, the Posca pen is the best thing, especially on acrylic paint, because I think I'm going to do some little, just to add a little bit more. And then I'm going to have to stop, or I'm going to end up trying to um, do a bunch of, add dots to that and circles and loops. And this is just going to have to be enough. Once you get started doodling, you do tend to think, oh, I just need to add one more thing. I just need to add one more thing. And then it takes over. I don't want it to take over, so. But I most definitely have a border now, don't I? Okay. We're going to call that done. All right. I think I'm going to dry this real quick because it would be just like me to get my arm in it and make a total mess out of it. Okay. The ship image would look really pretty on that. But yeah, I think it would. And if I don't come up with some other focal point in the next 4 prompts, I'm going to use the ship. I got to remember to put this back on too because I don't want to forget. Okay. The next prompt will be add a border. You're probably right. If it is, I'm going to border right here. That's what I'm going to do. We'll see. Are y'all ready to go? Danny's ready. Aunt Beck, are you ready? Ruth and Dawn, are y'all ready? Sarah? Wait just a minute and let Sarah and Ruth get ready. Ruth's ready. All right, here we go. This one says use green. And once again, since it's a color, you can use anything green that you want to. Anything green. So what do I want to do that's green? I'm going to have to think a second here. I think I'm going to use a stencil, one of these round ones here. I think since we've got some flowers, I'm going to use some butterflies. If I decide to put the ship on, I can always just put it over the butterflies. They can just become background. But I think that's what I'm going to do. Now, decide which butterfly I like the best. I kind of like that one where there's 2 of them. But I also like, where is it? This one where there's 2 of them, but there's flowers. I don't want the flowers. I think I'm going to use that one because it doesn't have any flowers. And I can use any kind of green I want. So I think I want to use kind of an metallic-y green, a bluish green. Is that allowed to use a bluish green? Oh, let me think here. Oh. Here is aquamarine. Does that count as green? Looks kind of blue. It might be too blue and not enough green. Here's just metallic green. Okay. Well, that has to be green. Let's see what else we've got that's green. I've got this pearl that's green. I think I'm going to use that one. because it'll really show up. All right, let me get a palette here. And I need a swisher. I think that one will work. Okay. Oh, this may be too thin. That feels pretty thin. All right, let me find a different one that's not so thin, because me and stencils don't work well together if I have thin paint. Okay, here's metallic phthalo green. That's the one I'm going to use. Oh. That was way too much green. Okay. I guess I'm going to just go right here. Oh no, I moved it. Oh dear. Not good. Hopefully I didn't ruin it. Let's see. Oh, not very perfect, but it'll have to do because it's already done. Okay, I think I'm going to do I think I'm just going to do this little one up here. Okay. Let's see if we can get that to come off. All right. I agree with you, Becky. There are 3 distinct possibilities when you're working these pig tins. Okay, that's all I'm going to do with that. But I have some green left over that I need to put somewhere, so I'm going to open up another book and put it in there. Let's see. Where did I put those other books? Okay. Set this aside for a minute. This is last week's pick 10 for anybody that wasn't here. I liked that one. That was one of the few that I really, really liked. Okay, let's see. I'm going to use it on here. put out way too much paint. But there's always a book somewhere you can put it in. Oh, not on my ship. I may need that. Bring this back and clean off this. Oh, thanks, Tanya. Tanya. It's good to see you here. Yes, just keep on going. Keep on going. And if you don't like it after number 10, just do more stuff till you like it. That's why we do mixed media. So you just always add another layer. Or, like Becky said, you can just grab the gesso and start over. I'm live on Monday nights at 7 Central Time, Tanya. Okay, I'm going to dry this a little bit. Okay. Well, you got 3 more prompts, Danny. Who knows what you can do? See, I'm going to have to do something over this with the next prompts, hopefully, because it's really yucky right there. Other than that, I'm liking it fine, but that right there is very disappointing because I lost the definition because I moved my stencil. Okay. Are y'all ready to move on to number 8? 3 more, 8, 9, and 10. "30 prompts might help." Okay, Dawn's ready. Becky's ready. Ruth, Sarah, Danny, are y'all ready? Just keep going, Danny. You never know. The next one might say use gesso. Why not? The suffering continues. Okay. Sarah, are you ready? Okay, or use newspaper. Yeah, that might work. Okay, let's see what's next. Use aluminum tape. Now, this is something that not everybody has in their studio. So if you don't have aluminum tape, then I'm going to say just use any kind of tape. I do happen to have it. That's why it's in my prompt list. And I think I'm going to punch out some butterflies out of it. And I'm going to cover this up with an aluminum tape butterfly. But just use any kind of tape. You can use washi tape. You can use masking tape. You can use whatever you've got. It doesn't have to be aluminum tape. Duct tape. You can completely cover it up with duct tape, Danny, if you want to. Let me get my butterfly punch. Now the big question is going to be, can I get the backing off of this after I've punched out this delicate little butterfly? If that doesn't work, I may have to try something else. But I really want this to work because I don't want to mess up my page with aluminum tape. I can see you, Danny. I see everything. I'm a mom. Okay, I'm going to put this little guy right up here very delicately and hope I don't tear it. Okay, I don't think one is going to be enough, so I'm going to cut this tape because that having that whole thing is not easy to work with. Okay. Well, thanks, Linda. I just like to have fun, but I definitely have had pages I wanted to throw away too, so I don't think it's I think everybody has those kinds of pages. May not be your first one, but there will be at least one. The first few Pick 10s that I worked along with were long before I started doing any YouTube videos. I did a couple of Pick 10s along with Mike Deacon and Chelsea, and they were not something I would show anyone. In fact, I think I did throw them away. So, and then I didn't do any more for a long time because I thought that is not fun. Yeah. Oh, it's amazing how, just the things that you say, your kids really take to heart sometimes. No, you don't ever throw in the towel, Linda. You just keep going. See, you can save it. Now that just looks like some weird something in the background. When my son was young, ooh, I might save that. Might need to use that somewhere sometime. He asked me how I knew. I asked him, something, I can't remember what it was, but I caught him doing something. And he asked me how I knew, and I told him I could read his mind. And he was little, like 3, And when he was 7 or 8 years old, I asked him, why did you do something? And he said, I just don't know how to talk about it, Mom. Just read my mind. I said, I can't read your mind. He said, you told me you could. I was like, oh dear. I said, well, I can't really read your mind. I just know you so well. I know what you're thinking a lot of times. And he was a little disappointed. He thought I had a superpower. This may not have been the smartest move to put this third one right here, but I'm doing it anyway. Okay. 3 little aluminum butterflies. Hey, Eva. It's good to see you here. Eva Irene, did you get your tag today? I haven't checked tracking, but it said they were supposed to be delivered today. Yay, I'm glad. Was it safe? Did it come safely? Oh, good. Okay, are y'all ready for number 9? That's true. If you have something you don't like, just cut it up into something small, and it's amazing how good it looks when you do that. Or you could work your pick 10s on sticker paper, like address labels or something like that. And then those labels would look really cool when you're finished. Oh, good. Well, I thought that would be a good way. Well, I started out just using that to protect it, and then I thought, well, I want to decorate it. And then when I started decorating it, I thought, if I got this in the mail, I would use it as a journal cover. So I'm glad to know you're going to do that. Okay. Y'all are ready for number 9. Number 9 says, use lace. I'm glad your granddaughter loved it. Use lace. If you don't have any lace, you could draw some lace like Mary does with her fine liner. I've got some lace. I'm just not sure what I'm going to do with it. Actually, I've got this right here that I use on the jelly plate. I think I've got some more of it that's not jelly plated. If I could cut a butterfly out of that and put on here, the black lace would be pretty on there. Let me think. What other lace do I have that I could use? Are y'all figuring out a way to use lace? Because right now I'm a little bit, all I can think of is to make a butterfly out of lace and put it on here. Make lace centers for your flowers. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. Trying to think of let me go take a minute and figure out what kind of lace I actually have out here. I just took all the laces that I had gotten out to figure out what to do with my boho tags. I just took them back in the house with the sewing machine. So I may not have much lace out here. Okay, I found 3 things that might qualify as lace. The first one are these little lace angels. Not so sure that that's really something that should be on my journal. Somehow it just doesn't look like it goes really. The other is this lace off of a tablecloth or something. I could put I could cut out these little bitty lace flowers and put them over the top of these. That's a possibility. The other one is this. I don't know if this really qualifies as lace. it's embroidered fabric, but I could make a butterfly out of this and put on there. So what do you think? The little bitty lace flowers to go on the center of these, or a lace butter or a green butterfly? Tell me what you think. Tell me what you think. Yeah, washi tape lace, that'll work. Actually, I have some of that too. Lace flowers, Eva says. All right. That made it easy. Now if I can just find enough of those little flowers. I don't think I have my fabric scissors out here. Just a second. Let me see if I can find if they're out here. Okay, I don't see them. So we'll just have to see what I can do with this pair of scissors. Yeah. Okay, there's one. Let's see. Let me cut this out and then I'll go around it. There's two. See if I can find enough of them. Three. Four. Oh, this one's just barely there, but I think it'll be good. Okay. Let me go put this lace up and get it out of the way so I don't get stuff on it. Okay, there's two. There's three. Oh, I have a cousin that lives in Waco, Eva. It's been a while since well, we went through Waco when we were on our trip in at Thanksgiving. But beyond that, it's probably been 20 years since I was in Waco. My cousin really loves living there, though. All righty. Now to glue them down. Where is that glue? Okay. All righty. Thanks, Janet. Well, you know, one thing about the Pick 10 is that when you're told you have to use a certain thing, you have to come up with something that you would probably never come up with on your own. And this is one of those things I would have never thought to do on my own. Come on in, puppy. You just lay down and be quiet. Let me pick this up. Okay, just lay down. Be a good boy. Okay. Okay. Everybody ready to move on to number 9? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, that was 9. Number 10. Okay, Danny's ready. Ruth's ready. Dawn's ready. Becky, are you ready? Sarah, are you ready? Becky's ready. Sarah's ready. Yay. Okay, number 10. Use numbers. Use numbers. Okay. Wonder if I have any stencils with numbers. Well, no, I don't in that stencil book. Okay. Let me move this real quick and see if I've got any stencils in here with numbers on them. Surely I do. Oh, there's one. Lots of numbers. I was remembering that and thinking I had that, but I wasn't positive. Okay, look at this old notebook. Isn't that cool? It's got metal hinges. I love that notebook. Isn't it funny how little it takes to make us happy? All you need is a really old notebook with metal hinges. Okay. And I think I'm going to use black because I think it'll look good. We don't have black anything else on here right now. And I'm going to use this metallic black from Artist Loft because there's other metallics on here, and I don't think to use this very often, so we'll see if it works. I need to pounce this off and see if I can use it with the black. Have all these little green circles. Punch out of the way. Since this is the last one, I can mess up my space doing circles. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and use it. Let's see. Oh, that didn't work good. See if we can wipe that off. Okay, I was too messy with my pouncing. Or my stencil moved, one or the other. Okay, let's try again with less paint. That's better. That's hard to see. Oh, I don't know if it's me or if it's this paint. No, it's not the stencil because I've used it before. Okay, that turned out to be very messy. I am not very happy with that. Not very happy with the numbers. But I'm going to leave them alone. But I may put my ship right here. Cover them up. Okay, that just needs to be thrown away. Okay. Is anybody else having better luck than me with their numbers? I think I picked too liquidy of a paint to use. But I'm gonna deal with it. That was number 10, wasn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, that was number 10. So, where's my ship? I'm gonna cover some sins with a ship. What did I do with it? Oh no, I can't have lost it. Oh, good. Oh, there it is. Okay. Oh, that's a cool idea, Ruth. I'm not so sure I like the ship on it now. What do y'all think? Should I put the ship on it or find something else? Yay for you, Becky. Ship. Okay. Let me put this black paint on a page here. Let's see, where would be a good place to put it? Let's put it on the other side of this. Let me move this while I get this paint off of here. Okay. Come on, stay put. Okay. We will put that back over here to dry and clean up this and put our ship on there. Wine list prices. That's cool. That's cool. See, that's the fun thing about this. Everybody comes up with different ideas to do with the same prompts. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. I hope y'all's come out better than mine as far as those numbers are concerned. Got black all over me. Oh, yay, Becky. I'll go look when we get through here. I haven't even been on Facebook today. It's been I've been doing birthday all day, so birthday and trying to clean off a space from my organizing so I could do this tonight. I was organizing myself into where everything was piled on this table, so I had to move it all. But that's okay. I'm making some progress. Okay, ship. I'm just gonna use a glue stick, and then I may do something around it to see if I can get it to blend in to the page better. But for now, this is what we're doing. Oh, where's my, there it is. I got my softest t-shirt on earth. I wish it hadn't been such an ugly shirt, and then I could have worn it instead of using it for this. Okay. Somehow glue got on the front of that. Let's see if I can use it. Wow, I couldn't get the glue off. Ooh, all that did was take off some of the ink too. But it's not sticky now, at least. Okay. Now what to do? I need to do a little bit of black or something right there. I'm glad you like it, Dawn. And the funny thing is, you know how Mary talks about that when she does her reverse collage and she does the finger painting, she never really likes it till the next day. Come back tomorrow and look at your page, and you'll probably like it even better than you do right now. Um, that usually works for me. I'm trying to think. I may use a Stabilo all around this and kind of um, let's see. Well, maybe, where did it go? Let me get something just a second. Baby, you're in the way, pup. Sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, now you're even more in the way. Cubby, move. You're I'm sorry. You're really in the way there. Poor dog. Can't get no sleep. No rest for the weary. I'm going to use one of these charcoal sticks that Janet sent me. Well, maybe it was Arlene. I can't remember. Janet, was it you or Arlene that sent me the charcoal sticks? Y'all both sent me something about the same time, so I can't remember. But this works great. It was Arlene. Well, thank you, Arlene. This works great on giving some shadow and definition to some. As soon as I said it was you, I thought that it was Arlene, but I wasn't positive, even as I asked. Yep, I like that better. Yeah, post it, Danny. I want to see. I bet I like it better than you do. It's always easier. We're always our own harshest critic. We always think somebody else could have done better, but they probably couldn't. Well, I mean, somebody who does it all the time might could, but none of us are those people. So when we do something, it's good as it's going to be. Okay. I'm 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 pleased with it. It's not my favorite one I've ever done, but I managed to take your mind off of the off of the green messed up butterfly and the numbers. The ship takes your focal point, and so it kind of ends up not being so bad. And I love the charcoal sticks. If you don't have any, I think they're a good deal. It was nice of her to send these to me because I didn't have any. I had used charcoal before, but not sticks, so that's fun. But it does this. So have a wipe ready. Are you happy with your page, Sarah? Is that what you're saying? I hope so. If you're in one of the Facebook groups, Sarah, post it. Especially if you're in Becky's group. She'll let you post it there. If you're not in Becky's group, you need to join Aunt Beck's Creations on Facebook. It's a great group. Fun people who support and love each other. Oh, I'm glad you like mine, Becky. I like it too, pretty good. Now that I put the ship and covered up those numbers that didn't look good, I'm happy. Didn't get to do anything with paper clip. It's just sitting there, but it's on there. So, oh, did you see Sarah? She's only got one spot left. So if you join, answer the questions or she won't let you in. By the way, Becky, I think limiting the number of people in the group is a good idea. If I was going to have a group, it would have to be limited too. Right now, I'm just glad other people have groups that I can join, so I don't have to have one. Okay. Well, ladies, we've gone 3 hours, and that's pretty good. I usually bug y'all for a little bit longer than that, but it's been a lot of fun. I hope you figured out some new project you want to do, or decided you want to play alone with pick tens. Yeah, clean the kitchen. Yeah, yay. Oh, oh. Thanks, Danny. It was fun. I'm glad that y'all all came. I got to get this little piece off. It's going to bug me. It didn't want to stick on the back. Okay, I'm better now. You are really late, Rose. Like we are saying goodbye. Here's my pick 10 page, Rose. Oh, I'm glad the goodies came. You got both packages? Is it junk mail? Yes, this is all junk mail. Everything in here is junk mail. And that's what I'm doing my pick 10 political ad. That's what I used for my cover. The pick 10 started at like 1 hour and 13 minutes. And for some reason, when I do a YouTube stream that's over 2 hours, for the first day or two, all you see is the last 2 hours of it. The very first hour doesn't show up for a couple of days. I don't know why, but it doesn't. But Rose, in a couple of days, you need to go look at the first of it, because I'll just show you. I was gonna say, because I showed Hannah's painting, but I'll just get it and show you now. Then you don't have to worry about it. Isn't that beautiful? Didn't she do good? That's cool, Rose. You got a bunch of stuff. Did the card come too, or just the 2 packages? Your sister's named Lisa Conway? That is so funny, Tanya. Yeah, she does good, doesn't she? She didn't think it was good enough to hang on her wall, so I told her she could give it to me. Well, you should be getting a birthday card several months, well, not months. Yeah, months late. a month and a half late. Maybe that'll show up tomorrow. Anyway, I think she's doing a good job. This is her fifth acrylic painting, so she hasn't that's so funny. 1 month and a half. That's not too bad. Okay. Well, I'm gonna end this right here, and y'all have a great evening. I'm sorry you only got to be here a little bit, Rose, but you can go back and watch the the pick 10 if you want it started. It should show up on there tonight. It's the first hour that won't show up. So until tomorrow or the next day. But anyway, God bless you all. You have a great night, and I can't wait to see what you did. Bye-bye.